All right, so it says we're live. So welcome back, everybody. We're going to play that. We're going to blind you game. We had to turn the camera up where you can see our faces where it's darker where we're sitting, but we're going to wash the background out. I know that drives some people crazy. I apologize. There's just really nowhere else to sit out here, and we don't really want to go back inside. So we're just going to have to deal with the background until the sun sets. Let's play the Can You See Us and Hear Us game. We haven't did this in a while.
I know.
I got to remember how to live stream. It's been so long. We have been gone on vacation to Vegas. Oh, that's not vacation. It was more work, but we had a little playtime too. We're definitely going to be talking about that some tonight, I'm sure, as
Absolutely.
well. So, yes, people are saying they can see and hear. So, welcome back, everybody. It's January the 14th, 2024. It sounds so weird saying
I know.
2024.
I have to get used to writing it
I know I
again.
got to get used to writing it too. So if you're watching this, we're live now. It's 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching back later, by all means, leave a comment, but we won't be live. We'll have to respond to it at our earliest convenience. So I see we've already got quite a few people in the house. I do see we do have some people missing. Shame on Cash and Adam and a few other ones. They're probably working or doing something else. I see everybody's already calling them out right there. If this is your first live stream, by all means, say hello. Welcome. We have a great community of people here. And I was looking for someone in particular. Maybe they'll pop up here because somebody sent us something very special this week. We'll talk about it just a little
Yeah,
bit
we'll
later.
wait and see if they jump on.
Yeah, there's only 97 people on right now. We typically have a couple hundred. It's all over the place. So, yeah.
We are back and glad to be back.
Oh my goodness. Traveling is not for me, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. So Vegas, I'm sure everybody wants to hear about that. We went out to do the, EcoFlow is one of the sponsors of the channel, and we went out to do a product launch with them on a very unique and special product that I was excited about. So we took them up on their offer to go out there, and we decided to fly out a couple of days early and book us a room and just kind of see the sights, so to speak. And I will say the trip out and the flying out was good.
Hmm.
When we got there, it was good, other than holy smokes, was it cold and windy.
Yeah, it was very windy.
Crazy windy. Snow in the tops of the mountains that you could see all around Vegas. Like just not the weather I was expecting. But overall, the trip was good. Uh, the trip, well, we should talk about something else that happened. Should we go ahead and get that off our chest that we did in Vegas? Miss Lee knows.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Finally, we can mark something off the list.
Yes.
He got his mani-pedi.
Yes, I did. So we had us a cold day sitting in the hotel room with a couple-hour break before we was going to go out to some dinner plans, and she kept pestering me to go get this aggravating mani-pedi done.
Well, I figured while we were at least in a town and we didn't have a whole lot going on that day, I'm like, let's get it done because to get it done over here, we have to go to a whole nother town, make an appointment, and dragging him away from here is impossible.
So yeah, we
We took it.
decided to do that, and we thought we would get smart and walk because it didn't look that far on the map. And 30 minutes of walking down back alleys
Oh
and
yeah,
through
we were
car
so
garages
lost.
and everything else later, we finally made it to our spot. So we got that done. Stop asking me. Stop pestering me. It is done.
And if you want the proof, it was on today's video.
Yeah, I snuck some pictures in today's video, and we got a little bit of recording for our phone as well, although it's very grainy. But yeah, I got that whole experience done. That was interesting to say the least.
Especially when they got the cheese
The
grate.
cheese grater, as I called it. Oh my goodness! I want to pull the cheese grater out. I mean, I've been working on my calluses for 40 years now. I've been working hard on these boot feet. And she pulled that cheese grater out and started going to town. It was all I could do to not. I mean, I just kept kind of snatching back from her, and I just wanted to just yell, stop. But there's other people in there and all, and I'm trying to play it nice and
There
cool.
was a guy sitting on the other side of him, so that made him feel a little
I
bit
didn't see
better.
that guy flinch once. He must
He
go
looks
there
like a
often.
regular.
Yeah, yeah. So holy smoke, I didn't like that, and the little sharp thing where she kept pushing my cuticles back. Is that what we call those things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't very comfortable either. Now I will say the massage was great. The bags of, what do you call them?
Oh, the paraffin.
It looks
The
like,
wax.
yeah, it looks like Dawn dish soap. The hot bags that they soak you in. All that was lovely. But we got this off the list. Quit asking. No, I didn't do the bat houses. We've been gone all week, so don't even ask that one. We're going to do that next so we can get this stuff off the list that everybody's constantly asking us about. So, yes. And you can see Hammer's already asked Manny Petty. There's your story. We got it done. All
Don't
right.
ask anymore.
Needless to say, after that long, crazy walk there that didn't look but this far on the map, we decided to take a lift back.
Oh yeah.
Rest of the trip was good. CES, holy smokes at the amount of people. They were expecting 130,000 people, and
I believe it.
I think they were there that day.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll ever go back to a CES just because of the amount of people that are hacking and coughing and walking around and rubbing all over you and bumping into you. Not my kind of thing. I like being out here where there's nothing but the dogs, you
But
know.
we were very grateful that EcoFlow
Oh
included
yeah,
us in
yeah.
that
I
for
totally
sure.
enjoyed the lunch and everything they
Yeah.
did for us. I just think CES is way too busy for me. Now, if you're into electronics and gaming, just anything electrical that you can think of, oh man, that's the show to go to. We were only in one little small building, and that thing goes over I don't know how many acres, how many buildings,
Yeah.
and they do it in casinos and hotels in town. So there's
Yeah,
so
that
many.
blew my mind.
There's no way we could have
Mhm.
seen all the stuff there. Just our one building alone was just gigantic. So much stuff in there. AI stuff, new phones, just anything you can think of. Weird flying car stuff. Like I don't know what all they were trying to show off in there. That was wild. So we got that done. And then y'all, the trip back ruined the whole trip. Ruined it.
Yeah, it cured us from wanting to go anywhere for
I'm not
a
ever.
very long
I
time.
won't say never, but I have zero plans of ever flying again, and or really going long distance. I think I'm done. I think that burnt me out. So the flight back from Vegas, as soon as we get the airport, we're there. First of all, Vegas airport, wonderful. We got there way too early. You fly through security, just they're on point. That thing was sweet, right through. So we
Mhm.
sit there and wait a couple hours for our flight to board, and it doesn't board, and it doesn't board, and it doesn't board. And we're past the time. Then finally, the flight attendant comes on and says, I apologize. Or, I mean, one of the ladies says, one of our flight attendants didn't show up to work today. Oh, really? And we can't board the flight. We have to have a certain number of people. Comes back on probably, what, 45 minutes later. Still don't know where our flight attendant is. Now we're going to try to start looking if we can pull one from another plane. This takes a while. Well, at this point, they come back on a little later and say, those of y'all with connecting flights or tight layovers, by the way, we only had about an hour layover in Atlanta, the busiest airport on the planet. They called us up there and said we need to start looking at other flights out for you or
Mm.
finding different flights. That's not what you want to hear first thing in the morning when you still have over 2,000 miles to get home. So she goes out there and she tells us she looks at every flight flying out of Atlanta that goes back to our airport where our car is, and she tells us every single flight for that entire day is booked. All that they can do is just put us on a waiting list. Our hearts and stomachs sank. Finally, they got somebody off of another flight, allowed us to board. That that jet was going 650 plus miles an hour. That pilot made up some time for us, got us to Atlanta just in time to get across that crazy airport, take the trains, all that stuff. We get to our second flight that we're supposed to miss, not boarding, delayed. Don't know ever know what happened. It took longer to board that flight than it did to fly from
It
Atlanta
did.
to Florida. It
Yeah.
actually did. So I guess that was a blessing in disguise that they took their sweet time too. Then we
And we
get,
had to check our luggage there.
oh yeah, we get on the
Yeah.
plane, we get to the back. By the way, we have been meticulous. Hopefully everybody's not asleep on me right now. This is a long story. So I already see y'all got some Vegas questions. We'll talk about it. But we were meticulous. We carried nothing but carry on. Bought the perfect bags. We were actually undersized limits. Just we didn't want to check nothing. We
Yeah.
get to the back of that plane. They close up everything. Oh, you're gonna have to check your bags. And that's the second time they tried to pull that on this trip.
Yeah.
Apparently, everybody carries carry on now, and they tried to force us to check our bags on another plane, and it had plenty of room, and we refused. This one had to check our bags.
So then we had to get back off the plane,
Yep,
check our bags, get
which
back on the
delayed the
plane,
flight
and it
even
was
more.
just
It was a
it was a
nightmare.
nightmare.
It was a nightmare. Then
And
we,
I know people encounter this all the time, I'm
yes, y'all
sure,
do. We
but
don't travel much, and this is why. So,
yeah.
so we fly back into Jacksonville. This is where it gets even better. I pull up the Waze app, which is kind of like Google Maps, but I love the Waze app, and there is now wrecks on I-10 and delays on I-295 because we're flying out of Jacksonville. So now there's wrecks. Luckily, with technology now, we can see that instead of going into them, and it actually showed what 4x. So
Mhm.
we had to take this long back way home through the country and craziness, following all these crazy people to extend our trip to get home.
While I was hangry because we did not eat all day
She's
long.
mad as can be, biting nails, so upset at me because she is starving because, we just flew from Vegas and haven't really ate nothing but what, peanuts and
I
airline
didn't eat
cookies.
anything.
So, and let's just say when we finally got home, 12 and a half hours later, And thank goodness we didn't miss our flight because it sounded like we were going to be sleeping
Oh
at
yeah,
Atlanta airport. There's
very
no more
blessed we
flights
did
out.
not miss our flight. We were so worried about that.
Yeah, it took me about 2 days for my blood pressure to come down and for me to get chilled out. And we have swore off traveling at least anytime soon. I've had enough of it. Oh my goodness. So there is your 15-minute, actually 9-minute story right there.
Chris
Not,
said, "Okay, folks, this is a 1-hour story. We'll be serving drinks and meals later."
yeah, would you like airline peanuts? And what kind of drink would you like? Sit back, relax, enjoy the movie right here. Let
Oh
me turn this
God.
camera up so people can see us. All right, and then I guess we're probably gonna talk about Vegas all night. I see y'all got a lot more questions. So somebody asked, did I paint the nails? That's Mr. Donald, of course. No, told y'all I was not gonna do that.
Absolutely
And
not.
whenever she asked me, what'd she ask? You want?
Clear.
No, she said, do you want buff or paint? And I was like, no. I said, I don't want nothing shiny. I said, just do everything else. And I was just going to do the regular, like Petty, for example. And you and that lady convinced me to go with the deluxe or ultimate. That's the one that I didn't know included the cheese grater and everything else that really tore my feet all up. But no paint. Told you I was not doing that. Overall, it wasn't bad. So did we see a show? Asked Linda.
Yes, we did.
Uh-oh, somebody said we froze up, and that was like
And that's
12
the only
minutes ago.
comment I've seen.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, we did. So we booked a Cirque du Soleil that was in our hotel because I believe I seen Cirque du Soleil on Dirty Jobs with Micro. If any of y'all watched that show years ago, and I was just always intrigued by the acrobatics and just everything else. So we booked that, and I will admit the first 10 minutes of that show, I almost got up and walked out. And I mean, we paid good money for those tickets. I was not enthused. I will say 15, 20 minutes in, it started catching my attention. And by middle to end of the show,
Yeah.
I was getting to see what I was expecting to
Right.
see. Highly trained acrobatics and highly trained individuals doing all kinds of flips and stunts that you'd see on America's Got Talent and stuff like that. But the first 10 minutes, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and I'm just like, we about to just go out to dinner or something. I am literally thinking about eating all that we paid for these tickets and getting the heck out of here. So I guess you got to give some of those shows some time right there. And of course, I called it the mystery. And Miss Lee corrected me, said it's Mystere. So see how sophisticated I am from the country. I don't even know how to pronounce these shows that I'm booking to go see. What else did we do? We just kind of did a bunch of walking around.
Visiting around the area. We love the Venetian.
The Venetian. Oh,
That was a really cool place, just walking around the whole mall inside. And we visited one of the restaurants in there that was really good several times. That was the best food that we ate.
that was the only good food we ate the entire trip. That was the other very disappointing thing. The food was not good at all the places we ate except one cafe that's owned by Panera Bread.
No, Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yep, the Grand Lux Cafe.
Grand Lux Cafe Venetian. Highly recommend it. Excellent price food and actually tasted really good.
It was really good.
Not knock your socks off, but
Yeah.
well, you're one of
I'm
your
gonna
meals.
try to redo some of the recipes that we had.
Everything
Yeah.
else, not good, including
We're foodies. Okay?
yeah, we are kind of foodies. And what I couldn't get over is the 12 and 14 and $16 drinks per drink. Like tourist trap. I think we already knew that going out there, but it was a little worse than I was expecting. So not knocking Vegas down for those of y'all that love it, but I think I've been there, done that, seen it, got the trophy, not doing it again. Oh, our gambling experience. So we're not gamblers at all, but we did go right out there. She sat down at a slot machine. We put $20 in it because she was just itching to blow our hard-earned money. And we won, we lost, we won, we lost, we won, lost. Then we wound up hitting $40. We cashed out. We're done.
Yeah, we were like, woohoo, we won.
We won. We took pictures of it. We have made $20. We got $20 back, made $20. We didn't gamble again for another day or two. Then finally she got an itch again one night. Lost our $20. Now we're back even and I ain't happy. We don't gamble no more. And then finally one night I walk all around this one casino and I walked in front of one machine. I said, this is the one right here. Stuck my 20 in, hit, won $15, hit cash out.
Like, now we're ahead.
Now we're ahead. And I said, we ain't gambling no more this trip because I've been to Biloxi once and we won like $20, cashed out, walked out. And then I said, we're going to leave Vegas winners because not many people can say that. So that was our big gambling experience there. We gambled on $20 and actually walked away winners other than the few $100s we're in the hole with food and everything else.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what else we got. I'm so far behind you. I ain't gonna be able to go back through all these questions. So ask them again. I'm just going to start scrolling down and cherry picking a few. Did you see anything that we should answer since I talked for 45 minutes?
Someone asked if we went to Caesars, and you can answer that. Yeah. Go
Yep.
ahead.
So the last night we were there, EcoFlow took very good care of us and carried us to the Bacchanal. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The Bacchanal
I think so,
buffet
yeah.
at Caesars, which is like one of the last open buffets in town. Sadly, they're all closed down since COVID. And I was curious about that one because they literally have anything you could think of, from prime rib to tri-tip. I see Cass just jumped off. I finally got to try tri-tip, to all the Asian food you can want,
Yeah,
anything.
any kind of food you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything. So we did go there. We didn't really go anywhere else fancy, I don't think, did we?
Nope.
We went and
Nope.
got some $15 slices of pizza one day. I'm not joking. $15 per
Yeah, that
slice
was
of
at the
pizza.
Venetian.
That was a
Yeah.
shocker. We were just craving pizza. We're like, oh, let's go get one. And it rung up $45 for 2 slices and 1 drink. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Welcome to Vegas. I was like, okay, for $45, we can come back home and cook multiple ribeyes and everything else. But I guess that's just the way vacation is. So Half Pint says Tallahassee Airport's basically useless. So we wanted to fly out of Tallahassee because it's 45 minutes from the house. We can take a back road straight to the airport, and it's tiny. You can literally stand outside in the parking lot and see both ends of the building. It's just super tiny. Problem is, because it's not an international airport or whatever you call them, tickets are literally about triple the cost to fly out of there. We looked at that. So needless to say, that wasn't happening. So we had to drive all the way to Jacksonville, which is a small, easy airport, but popular enough. Everybody goes there, Orlando, and the tickets are much more reasonable. So I hate that drive to Jacksonville too. We had to do what we had to do. So would you indulge in a mani pedi on your own again? Asked Connie. No, no, Miss Connie. Again, the massage and the soak was great. Everything else, I could live without. I can cut my own nails, and that was so weird.
Andrew's not really touchy-feely.
I am not. If she wants to give me one, sure. We're not doing the buff. We're not doing the cheese grater. We're not doing all that stuff. You just basically want to massage me. I actually don't even want you cutting my nails. I'll cut my own nails. That just seems kind of crazy. I've never had that happen before, but can't say that I'll ever indulge in one again. Just no plans, at least. It could happen.
Been there, done it.
Yeah. All right, so somebody asked, how's the food? We've just answered that. Disappointing overall, really was, especially for what you pay. Oh, Miss Lee. Now, she did bring up a good point. We met Miss Lee.
Yes.
We did eat lunch at the Silverton, which is way outside the strip, and I actually did enjoy my lunch there. I had a
burger.
yeah, I forget what they called that burger. It was on a brioche bun, and it had like a
It was
tomato
named I
jam.
think it was the Silverton, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I think it was named after it. Actually, that was probably the second best meal that we had while we were there. She had a braised. Oh, is Miss Redmill on? She's going to kill us when we tell her how we ate. She had a braised rib.
Grilled cheese.
Yeah,
that was at the Grand Lux Cafe.
Yeah, did it have caramelized onions and stuff on it too, or something?
I don't know that it did have the onions, but just the rib meat and the cheese on the bread. Oh, it was so crispy.
She would
and good.
not quit talking about that thing. And they had the best salad dressing I think I maybe have ever had.
Yeah, we're going to try to redo it.
I think we've got it figured out. But their house vinaigrette, oh my goodness, it was so good.
Really good. We ate there several times.
Yep.
We loved it.
So yes, we got to meet Miss Lee in person and talk with her at lunch a couple hours. I really did enjoy my burger at the Silverton, and that was nice meeting you as well. Holy smokes, this just shot me all the way down the bottom. Adam, you're on now, buddy. Everybody was talking about you a minute ago. Thank you so very much for being so kind and generous there and donating some memberships out to people. We do have a lot of stuff that'll be coming up this month for sure, starting some big projects next month. So for our members, we're definitely going to be putting some sneak peeks and stuff out. But as usual for everybody else, the video content always going to be free, available. That's just what we do. So thank you so much, Adam, for constantly being generous and supporting us. Did we look at the cost of flying from Panama City? No, have not considered that. And believe it or not, Panama City is further than Jacksonville. Actually, it's not that much further, but it's in a whole different time zone for us too. That probably would be an easier drive because I hate driving in Jacksonville, and especially getting on 295. It's just the traffic. I can't stand it. If Panama City's big enough, I've never considered it.
Yeah, well, if there was a one-way flight, then that would have been awesome
Oh, yeah, it
from
got us a
there.
lot closer, but I guarantee it would have flew us to Dallas, Fort Worth, or Atlanta.
Yeah.
It would have done that.
We don't have any plans ever going back to Atlanta, flying out of there, but
Yeah, Atlanta's just too spread out and crazy. Oh yeah, the when we left that day, this is how our trip started. I said the travel was beautiful. No, I forgot. The morning we left for our trip was one of the first major winter storms that come through
oh,
over a
yeah.
week ago. Y'all, we woke up at what 3:30, started getting
Mhm.
ready, and we had to leave at 4:30. And 4:30 on the dot, bright red on top of us, popping lightning, blowing sideways, yard flooded. Great way to start our trip.
It was storming. I
It
mean,
was
it was red
storming.
on top of us when we
Storming so
left.
bad, and we couldn't
Yeah.
really wait it out. We had to go. You got a flight. You're
Well, we
supposed to
were
be there.
gonna end up tailing it anyways to Jacksonville, so we're like, "Well, let's just go."
So walk out in the yard to start throwing luggage and last minute stuff in the car. Yard is underwater. Water's all in my shoes, my socks. I had to drive in flip flops all the way to Jacksonville at 4:30 while my shoes and socks aired out. So we did start the trip that way, and we drove in rain almost the entire way. And I'm talking pretty bad rain too. It finally let up about the time, yeah, a little before Jacksonville. So we did start the trip that way. So yes, blood pressure was up most of the trip for
From
sure on the
the
way back.
moment we left.
And I think, that what's the old saying? You need a vacation because of your vacation or from
Right.
your vacation. When we got back, like I feel like I need a vacation because I got so stressed out with just the travel portion of it. Vegas was fine. The travel portion
Yeah,
was,
we were relaxed in Vegas.
yeah, we were, but been there, done that. If we travel anymore, it's gonna be like,
And getting him to leave this place anyways was hard enough, so
y'all, I know we share our lives on the internet and all, but I am truly like an introvert. Don't like crowds. Don't like traveling. Like
same.
I love our property. We've built such an amazing place here. I really don't want to leave it. I can find something to do every day. I'd rather make content rather just work. Um, when I leave, it drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. Bump this camera up some more. Well, it's just me talking tonight. I ain't even
Oh,
read.
we are cooking tonight, by the way.
Yeah, tell them
We
so I
are
can stop.
cooking, oh gosh, I didn't forgot for a second. Beef and broccoli.
Beef and broccoli.
Yeah, the
Is that,
broccoli is
that
from
like
our
beef
garden.
O'Brady's? So, did we do the Hoover Dam tour? If you missed out, or if you didn't, you missed out. So, yeah, the first day we flew into Vegas, they were calling for rain, crazy high winds, cold. We didn't see the rain, but we did. It was just not a good travel outside the city. Actually, the first 2 days were just unbelievably windy. We were considering doing a Grand Canyon tour until we found out that most of them were 13 to 16 hours. By the time you get on the bus and leave, it's an all day thing. So we kind of nixed that. I did see the Hoover Dam flying in, even though we flew in a bunch of clouds. By the time we dropped down for the airport, I could see it. I got to see the Grand Canyon. We both did, looking out the window. Well, luckily, we had a window seat on the fly in. I would have liked to have seen that, but the all day tours was not going to work for us. And so one of y'all mentioned the helicopter tour. We looked into that. $1,000, and I think it would have gave us one of them I looked at would allow you to touch down in the canyon. I think they give you 30 to 45 minutes to walk around, then you had to get on and get back. It was $1,000. I said,
Yeah,
not
not in our budget.
not happening. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen some of that, but I guess part of the reason you go to Vegas too is to see all the big man-made structures. Like the inside of the Venetian was gorgeous. Caesar's
Mhm.
Palace looked pretty cool. We kind of just hopped around and seen a few of those. So we got to see the City of Lights and all that stuff. We got to see some shows. Um, would I ever go back for the Hoover Dam and Grand Canyon? Probably not. I know it's something you should see, but it's just too far, y'all.
Yeah.
It's way too far. Oh my goodness, it's way too far. We'll go to what they call the Little Grand Canyon, which is up in North Georgia. That's something we could drive to in a day.
Yeah, someone asked if we seen snow there, but it snowed the last day, we think,
Yeah, so that
after we flew
the
out.
day that we
Yeah.
came back, I woke up that morning and just my phone was still on Vegas radar and it showed white over Vegas. So I don't know if that was just in the higher elevations in the mountains or if it actually lightly dusted or snowed in Vegas, but it went from green to pink on the map to white. I was like, we left the day before it potentially snowed there. But when we flew in, there was already snow in the upper elevations of the mountains. It wound up melting off by the second or third day we was there. And then when the last day was there, it looked like it snowed up in the mountains again. It got really cloudy that day. And I noticed when we flew out that morning, there was back white and snow up there. But as far as like on the city streets and all, no, I don't even really know if it snows in Vegas. Y'all let me know. But it for sure does in the mountains. You can see from your hotel room. Ah, Robert says that's so sad you had such a miserable time. We had miserable travel, Robert.
Yeah.
Vegas was fine. Other than
Yeah.
we already knew the prices were going to be up, just like when we went to Key West a couple years ago. Tourist trap prices through the roof. We knew what to expect when we went to Key West. We knew what to expect when we went to Vegas.
No surprise there.
I was disappointed in the food. I thought there was going to be some pretty awesome stuff out there. I suppose if we went to some of the really high end stuff, you know, the
Yeah.
big name
We were trying
restaurants,
to budget a little bit on the food,
ain't no
so that might
budget.
have been
Ain't no
our
budget in
fault.
Vegas. Oh, thank goodness there was a CVS in our hotel. Though,
Yes.
if y'all ever travel to Vegas, find the closest CVS or Walgreens. You're set. Your snacks, your drinks, anything you want, man. You can actually go get relatively reasonable price stuff in there. Like everywhere else is $12 a bottle of water. You go in there and get one for $2. It's like
Right.
woo.
Yeah, that
CVS,
saved us
they
for
it
sure.
absolutely saved us. All right, so I'm so far behind, or somebody must have just jumped on. I am at the bottom now. Logan asked, "Did we go to CES?" Yes,
Hold on. We'll go back up because you missed some things.
I know I've missed a lot. That was the
Yeah.
whole reason we went out there was mainly for CES. Man, I have missed a lot. Thank you for
Mhm.
catching that, David. Thank you so very
Thank you,
much.
David.
He says for rocks.
Oh, yeah, the driveway.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, boy!
Thank
Yes,
you,
we
David.
absolutely need that so the driveway don't keep
Yes.
washing out. Thank you very much for being so kind and generous, Adam. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam.
I'm sorry I'm so behind on catching up with everybody here.
The Kelley Swamp.
Yeah, the Kelley Swamp. Boy, we sure got one now. Somebody asked me if I was worried about Ruger swimming around in all that water with alligators. All that water's fresh and new, most of it. There's no fish. There's nothing out there for alligators to hunt. It's highly unlikely there would be any alligators that roamed over in there. They're not just going to go swimming around if there's not no food for them. Plus, it's so cold right now. Alligators are relatively lethargic. But out of all the years we've owned our property, I've only ever seen a couple of really small alligators in there, and that's right when we first bought it. There actually was some turtles, frogs, and fish, and then most of that has went dry over the years, and there's just really nothing out there for them to feast on. Now, if we keep this much water going into spring and summer, yeah, I'll be a little cautious out there because things will venture
Yeah,
into
that
that.
water hasn't been sitting very long, so.
Yeah, it'll absolutely get out there. So if I had a chance to do any deer hunting, no, not in a few weeks, especially with this last week, all the travel. I think
And
this
when
is
does it end?
think next weekend.
Eesh.
I got to check that, but I was planning on going this week, although we're going to have multiple mornings in the 20s. Some days look like mid to maybe low 20s because we're always colder here than they call for. 30s. Deer will be moving, but I'll be freezing. I'll probably be in my heated deer blind living that luxury life if I'm going to go out there and hunt in that kind of weather out there. I'll have my diesel heater rolling, so for sure. All right. Oh, yeah. Miss Lee's aprons. I don't know if they're where you can grab them or if you got them packed
Yeah,
up.
I can grab them.
So we do need to show a couple things that people took really good care of us. All right, let's see what else. Let me go up here and just randomly grab some comments, y'all. I'm all over the place tonight. So how's Mav doing? I haven't talked to Mav like via email or personally this week. I have talked to him via comments, asked him how he's doing, and said he's just dealing with therapy and a lot of other stuff, but sounded like in relatively good spirits from what I could decipher through, text and words. But he's still with us, doing okay, commenting on videos. So obviously he's got him a little bit of free time to sit around and watch some of that stuff, probably for sure while he's getting therapy and having to deal with all the other stuff that he's dealing with. But he is commenting and talking, so he's doing well enough to watch us. So Miss Lee asked, "Do we see the Bellagio fountains?" We did not. We were going to attempt to make it the
No.
last night, but that was our CES day. That was the buffet that we had to do.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go. We talked about it, but we should have did it the night before.
I don't
but
know, but don't forget, night before it was like 40-mile-an-hour winds. I bet the
Yeah.
fountains would have been blowing left and right. I don't even know if they do the fountains when it's that windy. It was just crazy. So yes, check out some of this stuff. There's a
You
few
wanna go
things
inside?
we need to show y'all right here. So actually, I'll let you explain this
Okay.
since Miss Lee gave these mostly to you. Well, I got one too. So this week, funny story right here, showed up in the mail. Y'all remember me talking about a Fisker's hatchet right here? Well, Mikey G, as we call him on here. I don't know if you're watching, buddy. Thank you so much for hooking me up. This showed up in the mail along with the sharpener, and
Is he on?
I hope he is. Kind of a funny story. I don't even know if you caught on to it. So I decided to go ahead and order me a Fisker's small splitting axe, a little bit bigger than this. because I just knew I wanted one for kindling and some other stuff. So that showed up about the time we got back last week. Then a day or two later, this showed up in the mail. Tiffany comes out with a box of stuff, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I ain't went on no spending spree. I didn't order a second one of those.
I was like,
I was,
oh, gracious.
I was like, there's a mistake. I did not order 2 of these. And I said, that's not even the model that I ordered right there. And then she dug this out, and I'm like, okay, something is really, really wrong here. I did not order this stuff. I didn't go wild. And then I found some notes down there in the box from Amazon, from Mikey G that sent this out. So this actually works out beautiful. I ordered the little bit larger model than this because I couldn't make my mind up if I wanted this X7 or the X11. And now I have 2. I have the little bit bigger one and the smaller one. You can never have too many of these. One can be up here by the small fire pit, and one will be out there by the bigger fire pit. So I think I'm gonna do a little review on our review channel for these and the sharpener. Awesome gift. Thank you so much, Mikey.
Nope,
And it couldn't have worked out any better now that I've got both sizes I was looking at and I couldn't make my mind up. Well, now I have both. So that was awesome. Thank you so much. And Miss Lee hooked us up while we were out in Vegas.
Some homemade gifts.
So she gave us some more aprons.
Yes.
Oh,
I
should
like
have
the
grabbed the
material
other
on this
one. Yep. And it says, what's Andrew smoking?
They're both the same. She
Okay.
said, yep.
Okay. So I laughed. She said she thought about it. I was like, you should put what's Andrew burning on there, and I would have wore that one around. So she hand makes stuff like this. That was awesome of her to send them out. I'll let you show
Yes, and then
these.
she made some bowl holders for some hot bowls.
These are handmade too.
Yes, very nice and thoughtful.
So that's
We
pretty
need
cool.
these.
Yep, you can warm up a hot bowl in the microwave and never have to touch it.
Yep.
That's a good idea for
Very
soups and
nice.
chilies and other stuff like that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Lee.
Yeah,
Again.
thank you so much, Miss Lee. Got fish and everything else in there. That's pretty awesome. Y'all are always thinking of us. So thank y'all so much for that. We have not went by the post office this week. So if anybody has sent anything else, I apologize. It's been crazy this week. We're going to go by the post office probably tomorrow or the next day. So we'll be checking that stuff.
Probably Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, probably Wednesday, says Tiffany. Let me turn this camera up so y'all can see us a little more. All right. Let me grab some more questions. I am so far behind. Somebody just says, okay, so Tripping says Panama City is an international airport and Southwest has a direct flight from there to Vegas. If we had known that, that would have been amazing because I cannot stand going through Atlanta at all, on the road or in the air. That would have been awesome to get a direct flight from there. Even Jacksonville occasionally has direct flights, but we couldn't never find one. That's something we'll definitely keep in mind for the future. So, I am going to mispronounce this bad, but we have Matej, I think is your name, from Europe. He says that's from Slovenia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I am so Southern and so bad with pronunciations, but welcome. And thank you for chatting with us all the way across over in Europe. It's got to be really, really late over there right now. So appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us.
And people were making fun of Andrew's accent.
Oh my goodness, was I getting made fun of in Vegas? So what was the first one? Oh, a Lyft driver. Yeah, where are you from? I was like, is it the accent? Yeah, he said Tennessee or somewhere like that. And I was like, no, from Florida. Florida. I was like, yeah, we actually have country people down in Florida. I said, it's Southern. And then this one girl, she couldn't help herself. I go up and order food. And she's like, what do you want to drink? I said, I want a Diet Pepsi. She literally giggled. Diet Pepsi is how she said it. I was like, just right to my face. I was like, ha ha ha. Yes, I get it. I'm not from around here, and I for sure don't sound like it. But she just literally started giggling, goes, Diet Pepsi. I was like, take my money, go make my food. So yeah, everybody thought my accent was hilarious out in Vegas. Oh goodness. I need to turn the camera around, or you warm up?
No, we're good right now.
All right. Let's see what we got. Mr. Mike, thank you so very much. Always so kind and generous. Yeah, Mr. Mike's up in South Dakota. He said yesterday it was minus 30 and the wind chill was minus 45. You can keep that up there, Mr. Mike. I hate that you're going through that, but do not ship it down here to Florida. And I tell you what, those of y'all that's in Texas, looks like y'all are getting a little bit of a scare according to the news. I know y'all went through that bad freeze up years ago, and they're supposed to get a major Arctic blast right now. And Texas, kind of like Florida, just homes and everything aren't really set up and prepared for stuff like that. So looks like there's panic ensuing. Everybody's rushing to the grocery stores, getting generators ready, all that stuff. So hopefully y'all come to the yard at Blast okay. I know the rest of the country is going to get hit hard, but they're typically usually more prepared. But that -30, -45, Mr. Mike, I don't know how anybody prepares for that. That's just crazy. We're getting ready for 20s this week, just going to protect a few pipes, but we're not going to be dealing with anything like y'all are dealing with. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm so far behind. Yes, Mav's doing good, y'all. I'm glad that well, good as can be. Glad that y'all are happy to hear that. Glenn, I shouldn't even say this. He said, you've got a thermal scope, a suppressor, and your
Oh,
whole
yeah.
property. You'll catch no grief from me if you decide to extend deer season. We tend to do everything by the books
Oh,
and
yeah.
all around
Answer
here.
is by the rules.
And we forked out money a little while back and finally bought lifetime hunting and fishing and sportsman's licenses. So I don't ever want to lose those because we just invested big money in that. But they had them half off this year, and I regretted not getting them years ago when they did that. So we decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and do that. So we never have to buy a hunting or fishing license again, supposedly. Sure, there'll be some new rule out down the road. So I don't want to extend season and potentially lose those. But yeah, I know what you're saying. You got to get caught, right? Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, Robert wants to know, Miss Lee, I don't know if you've seen his comment. Do you sell those?
Ah.
We might get Miss Lee's business kicking on here.
Right.
All right. Okay, she's already talking back to him. I'm just that far behind, y'all. So GC Arkansas said he's currently sitting at 3 inches of snow with heavy snow coming. 15 degrees. Yeah, that's even kind of a bit crazy for Arkansas, but I know y'all see some of that stuff right there. Oh, I do want to bring something up, y'all. Been a major problem here lately. Obviously, you're watching us tonight, but a lot of y'all been unsubscribed. Like it happened really bad over the last couple of weeks. If you like our content and been wondering why you haven't been seeing it, or just do me a favor, scroll down right beneath this live stream or any video where the subscribe button is and see if you've been unsubscribed, because a lot of people have been, and it's extremely frustrating. There's a few channels I've watched that I've been unsubscribed from as well. I think YouTube does a purge. It's probably all automated with computer software because there's a bunch of spam accounts that come on and they like unsubscribe people, delete accounts, do that stuff. That's just normal maintenance, I guess. But a lot of y'all been complaining you've been unsubscribed here recently. So please check that for us. That would mean the world if you resubscribed, only if you want to. Okay, let's see.
All right, you can get ready to start turning it around if you want.
Adam, thank you so much again, man. Always so kind and generous. He says he wants his shorts weather back.
Yes, I'm kind of ready to.
Well, you and I were talking about that. I'm not ready to give up winter just yet because I'm remembering last summer, which was like a record summer for us. What was it, like 2 months straight of triple digits? Just it was 100 degrees every day, just no relief in sight. 114 on the heat index. I'm not ready to get back to that crazy humidity. I want some more fires, a little more hot tub time,
Yeah,
stuff
Andrew
like that.
likes this time of year.
I love this time of year. I'm not sweating to death. I can get more work done this time of year. All right, let's see if we can move this camera without unplugging it. Tiffany's going to do a little cooking. And I
Yes,
got this
we are doing
right.
beef and broccoli, or venison and broccoli, I should say.
Yeah, it is venison.
Broccoli is from the garden. I guess it's all from us, the
Yep.
venison and the broccoli.
Yep, we're growing our own broccoli right now. Oh, yeah, we got a funny story with that.
Oh,
So what's the saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play? So Ruger and Bullet, pretty well-behaved dogs. I'll give them that. Very well-behaved. So we had my mom and dad come over and house sit for us and watch the animals and just take care of the place while we were gone. Mom sent us a picture. You know, we've got our broccoli and cauliflower and all that stuff growing outside in our little beds outside the door. Well, I guarantee a Bullet started it because he loves vegetables. He decided to get in there, and him and Ruger ate huge cauliflower heads down to nothing. And Ruger's been pulling the stalks out, and we've had to break habit since we come back. And I really think it's because Bullet instigated it. How many did they
Bullet-
wind up eating? 2 heads or 1?
I really don't know.
I don't know how it didn't plug the poor little
I
guy
know.
up eating raw, crunchy vegetables like that. Like
Yeah,
all he
Bullet
can eat.
loves vegetables. Like he'll just eat it straight.
Well, we love them too, but we did not get to partake. So we're pretty much out of cauliflower now and trying to protect our broccoli heads, hoping the
And then we
dogs
got to
won't eat
break
them.
this bad habit that they've started.
Yep. Let me zoom this camera back out. I forgot I had it zoomed in a lot right here.
All right, we are smoking, ready to go.
Okay. I'm going to leave it a bit bright and washed out, y'all. All right. So what are we doing? What you doing?
I'm about to throw the broccoli on and start getting it softened.
All you got now is a little bit of oil, a little bit of raw broccoli. There's your instructions. There's your recipe. Looks like everybody else is ready for springtime. I'm sure y'all are where y'all live. We're not. Florida would like to stay out of spring and winter. Okay, let's see what else we got all asked right here. So thank you, Crystal, for reminding everybody. If you do enjoy the live streams, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help with the algorithm that we always talk about. Okay. I'm reading. Y'all bear with me. So Crystal says, I finally remembered to use your Amazon link when ordering stuff. Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you for bringing that up. For everybody that's been using our Amazon store to make your purchases, thank you so much. They actually extended our little bonus thing for a couple more months, and it looks like we're on track that we may hit the minimum bonus this month because y'all are going and shopping there. Means the world to us. It really does. Thank y'all so much for doing that. Thank you for bringing that up too, Crystal. Adam, my goodness, man. He's on a roll tonight. Thank you again for gifting all these memberships to everybody.
You, Adam.
Yep. Actually, speaking of that, let me see if I have some available. I'm allowed to gift, but just a few short memberships a month. I'm trying to see if I can send some out. So we'll go ahead and throw some out on this live stream and next live stream because I'm allowed to do just a few a month right there. So hopefully those of y'all that just picked some up right there from Adam, thank you again. And from us, we'll give you a little sneak peeks to some upcoming videos and some other stuff like that behind the scenes. We're probably going to start expanding our memberships this year, maybe add an additional live stream or some stuff like that for those of y'all that's kind of going above and beyond. But like we always said, we don't expect none of that stuff. We 100% truly appreciate the people that just take the time to get on here and chat with us, that watches our content, that shares it. That's truly what's really supporting us and what we're trying to, how we grow our business. And we're always going to keep that stuff free and available. We're not trying to shove our content all off on paid for services or anything like that. And we know a lot of y'all are doing this just to support us, and it means the world to us. It really does.
Ooh, better check it. Smell that broccoli. Might have got it a little hot here.
Yeah, you good at doing that.
We're good.
Yeah, it looks fine. It ain't burning.
We're good. We're good.
All right, so we're steaming up some broccoli. Let's see what else we got going on here. So Steven says, YouTube is saying you may hit 150,000 subs in the summer. You just don't never know. We're blessed to be where we are. We slowed down there for a while, and then recently we kind of picked back up, and we've got 2,000 plus subs a month. There was a few months there we were getting like 6,000. It's so all over the place, such a roller coaster ride. You don't ever know. We could still be in the 120s come summertime. Just it grinds to a halt sometimes. Or you can have a single video or two blow up, and you could be 500,000 come summertime. I mean, we've had months where we picked up 30,000 people before, and you still see how small our channel is. It's just whenever YouTube or somebody decides to, kind of promote and push you, it keeps things interesting. We'll just put it right there. Now we have some huge. I always keep hinting around to this and teasing y'all. I know we have some huge stuff coming.
Exciting stuff coming.
It's a slow process because it's going to be big builds and new directions that we're taking the channel. That starts as soon as the gate build is over, which I'm working on this week. We do expect to see some growth. We're hedging our bets, and we're betting big time that we're going to invest in some new content, a new approach, some new things around here that should grow the channel. It's kind of felt like we've gotten stagnant for a while, showing the same old, same old. I know a lot of people like seeing the same old, same old. We're going to show that occasionally, but there's plenty of people that want to see some new and fresh stuff. So we're for sure going to show that. We cannot wait to show and share all this stuff with you. It'll just be rolling out one after another as soon as it gets started. What you putting on now?
All right, I have some beef broth and some soy sauce.
All righty. So Brandon said the gate and fence looks great. Enjoyed that video. Thank you very much, Brandon.
Yes,
so
thank you. It turned out really good.
I am sorry I'm so delayed on getting all the solar and gate operator stuff done, but it's actually a big job. I'm not just doing your standard operator and a quick solar panel, and then we're just going to open and close it. We're going to be doing a pole. We're going to be doing a keypad. We're going to be doing underground vehicle sensors. I think there's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi capability. It's a big job, especially having never done one before. And when I keep getting all these rainy days, it keeps me from not even wanting to start that project because I have to trench and run wires, and I don't want the rain to wash in my trench. I got to be doing all that electrical work with open circuit boards, so I can't have any rainy days like we're supposed to get Tuesday and maybe Wednesday this week. No, all day Tuesday, I think it is. So I'm planning on starting on this stuff on Wednesday, even though it's supposed to be like in the 20s and freezing. But I should hopefully have it done by the end of this week. So we'll have that project off the list. We're going to go back down there later and clean the area up. We got a firewood stand put down there, a package delivery station, stuff like that. We'll bring you along for that. But I'm ready to jump back on some of these bigger projects that I've been teasing y'all about forever. So that'll be coming soon. So Kevin says, Southern California here. He's with me. Let's stick to winter a little longer. Us nice climate people can say that while everybody else is snowed in and minus 30 and they're mad at us and want it gone. All right, let's see what else we got here. So there's Hammer. Oh, I see what you said there. Hopefully, Hammer. Sorry, I haven't called on tonight. Hopefully you're doing well. I know we didn't get to catch you on the last live stream. I know you've been going through a lot. By the way, I've had multiple people reach out this week. I don't know if they want their name said, but I've had like 3 people this week that's going through some serious medical stuff. Email me and we've talked, and they've asked that. They said put us on your Sunday prayer list. Yeah, and that's not really what we're calling it. We absolutely 100% believe in prayer, but we always share that. And I've had 3 people ask to share. We'll just put unspoken requests right now, unless they want their name said. But they're going through some serious medical stuff. I know Hammer's been going through some stuff. Mab went through something miraculous here recently. There's so many of y'all. Miss Sheila, everybody's going through so much stuff right now. If you don't mind and you truly do believe in thoughts and prayers, we got a lot of people that's asking right now. And I mean, you've seen the miracle that happened with Mav there when all hope was given up, and now he's back with us. So you believe in that? We got a lot of people that's asking. So that's for sure something we want to bring up. Miss Lee, goodness gracious. You've already did enough. You drove all the way out and seen us, stayed overnight, brought us stuff, and now you're doing this right here. She says fencing supplies.
Oh, thank you, Miss Lee.
That is a huge project that we will for sure need to kick off. She said, really enjoyed meeting you both. We enjoyed meeting you as well.
Yes, very nice to meet you.
Still can't believe you drove and stayed overnight just to meet us. We're not that special. Come on now. So thank you so much. Let me bump this camera up because it's getting mighty dark.
It smells good.
It does smell pretty good. Actually, it smells like the Bacchanal buffet when I was back there in the Asian section. They had what? Did you get sushi? Did they wind up having sushi?
I did. They had a little bit of sushi, and it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was more impressed with the the lamb? Yeah, the little miniature lamb.
Yeah, you like those?
Good.
I hadn't had lamb. I don't know if I'm sure I've had lamb before, but I hadn't had it so long. I tried some. I had mixed feelings on it.
Yeah.
It's got. Oh, hang on. Did I get it?
Yeah.
It's what you do when you get older. You grow things where you don't want them. It had a very unique taste. It was almost a little gamey, which I don't mind. I love wild game, but then it had a taste that I just couldn't put my finger on. But I wasn't sure if I liked or didn't like.
I think my favorite thing was the barbecue cheese fries.
Oh yeah. We go to the Bacchanal buffet that's got prime rib and everything else. She gets barbecue cheese fries, and I'm like, oh, y'all, I should show a picture. My first plate was nothing but meat.
It was the carnivore diet.
Nothing but meat. I was like, hey, if you're coming to this place that charges what they do, you get your money's worth, right? I literally got prime rib, brisket, tri-tip. I forget what all else I got. I think I got ribs. Like I just loaded up with meat. I was like, I ain't come here to eat no breads, no salads, and no cash. I know you ain't on here, but you'd been proud of me. I just had meat, the expensive stuff. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Scroll on down.
All right, we're gonna mingle all this together. It's getting good and tender.
Yeah. See, this is a nice healthy meal. Miss Redmilla, when you see this tomorrow, we're making up for all the bad we did in Vegas.
We're trying to do better now. Yeah, we felt really guilty. We're like, oh gosh, we got to get back on our diet and our exercising.
So the first thing we did when we got back, she's like, you're stressed, or we got to cook tomorrow. What you want to eat? I'm like, I'm cooking a ribeye tomorrow. We're going to have a real meal. So I did another one of those ribeyes on my little grill over there, kind of reverse seared it. I was like, we're going to have really good food since we were a little disappointed with some of that out there. And that ribeye was, oh my goodness, it was so good.
Really good.
Good to be home. You definitely know how to cook. Now, I'm happy to be here eating your food. Adam,
Woo.
thank you so. Golly, man, Adam, you're kicking it. He says, Mav, our superstar miracle.
Yeah.
And, oh, all right, got Miss Lee. I don't know if she did twice. It's showing the same. It's showing Miss Lee did twice, but it's showing the same thing. Fencing supplies, and really enjoyed meeting you. So maybe it's just a little glitch in the system. But again, thank you, Miss Lee.
Yes,
thank you,
thank
Adam.
you.
Connie says we are that special. Oh, I've been called special, all right, when I was younger. All right. She says it was only 250 miles one way. That's still 500 miles of driving you did right there. And you had to stay overnight. So, my goodness. So, Kevin, oh man, people are going to think we're just rude or just bitter or whatever tonight. He says, Tri-Tip is an amazing cut. Never had it until I moved to SoCal. So, Cash is always sending me pictures and I always talk about Tri-Tip. It's not a cut that you can get around here at all. I've never seen it at one of our grocery stores. I've never had it. So I got it the other night, and I must say it was not good. And it's probably the way they cooked it there, but it was
Well, everything is all in how you cook it.
it was
so.
super tough, super tough. Like the prime rib was good and all. I was so excited to try Tri-Tip because Cash is always talking about it. Now I guarantee you it's the way it was cooked because Cash sends me stuff all the time of him smoking and grilling them, and they look amazing. I don't know why we can't get that cut around here. I mean, it's not like it comes off of a California cow or something. They just do not do that cut down here in the South of Florida. I've never seen it, but I would really like to try one myself if I can ever get my hands on one. Uh-oh. Miss Ramilla is on. She says, I am here and watching, but she says, good boy, no bread. No bread, no sugar, no craziness. Well, there could be a little bit of sugar in your soy sauce or whatever, but
No, there's no sugar. Well,
ain't
none
no
that I
tell.
added. I didn't add any sugar.
Yes, very healthy meal, Miss Ramilla. As soon as we cut the camera off, we're going to pull out our cheesy bread that we just baked and everything. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So Let's Trade Paint just jumped on. Says, hello, beautiful people. What does Let's Trade Paint mean? Hope you ain't wrecking into people. When we say you traded paint down here, that's when you had a fender bender. So Robert says Tri-Tip actually originated in California. It's just got to be they're cutting it out of something that we get here, but we just cut it into a different cut. That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, we're not throwing it away here. I just don't know why it's not at the stores.
Whew, I got this Blackstone dirty today.
Yeah, that's all right. It needs to be used. So Mr. Donald says I can request the cut at the butcher's. I've actually done that before. A couple of our local butchers, and they kind of were like, "We just don't offer it." I was like, "Okay." I thought you could tell a butcher to go back and kind of get you whatever you want. We can tell them, "Hey, go back and cut me 1.5 inch ribeye or change things around." They do that no problem. But I have asked for Tri-Tip here before. Chris said, "I heard cheesy bread." We were kidding. We ain't got no cheesy bread. We've actually been doing really good at not eating a whole lot of bread, but we did have us we had us a really good meal last night. I forgot about that. I broiled some scallops.
Oh yeah.
On that little smoker over charcoal, and just basically did a scallop scampi. And we did do some olive oil dipping sauce. And the bread that we use is a low carb little toast bread. I don't know. So we did cheat and have, I guess, I guess it's bread. It's kind of a fake bread. It ain't the old bleached flour type of bread that we're trying to stay away from, high carb stuff. But that was really good. Broiled scallops on a smoker / grill. Who would ever thought? The flavor was awesome. A little Cajun. We're going to do that again. That was really, really good. So good to be home now. Yeah, we are foodies, ain't we?
Yes,
we can sit here and talk about food all night long. I think that's why we get so disappointed when we go to places.
Show y'all the final product as soon as I get this Blackstone cleaned up.
Oh, I'm sure they don't mind all that scraping and crunching in the microphone.
It got really dirty.
Yep. So Steven says Save-A-Lot offers Tri-Tip. We actually do go to Save-A-Lots around here, and I've never seen it there. It's just, I'm telling you, it's a southern thing. They just don't offer it. But we used to buy a lot of meats from Save-A-Lot. That's like the only thing they really have good, honestly. Let me get out of the way so it'll focus.
All right. So here's our final product of our venison, not beef,
Yeah.
venison and broccoli. The broccoli is also ours that we grew out here in what Andrew calls our edible landscaping.
Yes, edible landscaping. That now the dogs have figured out is edible landscaping. Little jokers. He says we got to go to a true butcher shop. Well, we kind of go to IGAs and other stuff around here, but that's where I find them deals. And we've checked Costco, we checked Sam, we check a lot of places. It's just we don't see it. Okay, so Malin B says it's actually a cut of roast. That's why I guess we just keep the big roast cuts around here. All right, so is it time to eat?
Yes.
All right, so y'all, I guess we're gonna jump off to our little eating. By the way, I just noticed something. Look at how light it is. Normally when we close out a live stream, it's dark.
Ah,
Days must be getting longer.
good.
We got time to go fetch with Ruger and go check on the chickens.
Yes.
One last story. Everybody always asks about the chickens, and you may have, but I've skipped so many tonight. We have got one that's went broody on us. She's
She did decide to do that when we were gone.
while we were gone. Some dad's like, hey, you got one that's been sitting on eggs for a while. I'm like, not good. Get them eggs out. Went broody on us. She's a crotchety old thing, that's for sure. She's not happy when you go to get them eggs out of there. So we're trying to break her because now's not the time we want baby chicks hatched out when it's 20 degrees and all, and we really don't need more hens right now. We had five containers of eggs when mom and dad got here, and we had a little over one container when they left. They love eggs. They pour them up, and we wanted them to. We were drowning in eggs. Oh goodness. So chickens are doing well, other than one's molting, getting a little picked on. So we had to set up the broody pen, put the molting one in
We
there.
should have recorded all of it, but we
should
just
have.
kind of, trying to get everything done.
One went broody on us. The dogs went crazy, started tearing up the landscape. And like, see, we can't go on vacation, y'all. Everything goes crazy when we go on vacation. So, all right, well, I guess we're going to wrap this up. We typically yak about an hour. We're going to eat this food before it goes cold and go check on all these animals. Thank y'all so very much for spending your Sunday night with us. It feels good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Yeah, I feel like we have skipped so many live streams the last few months with the holidays.
We're back on track now.
We are. Going to take me a little while to catch up on content, y'all. I have no saved up content with all the holidays and traveling, so we're going to miss days of posting. We're going into big projects, which takes a while to record one video. So things are going to be slow for quite a while, but content's going to get a whole lot better here as we start rolling over the next several weeks and few months.
Exciting.
This year we're going to go for quality, not quantity. At least starting around February, March, things are going to start taking a dramatic change. So thank y'all so much for supporting us. Everybody that was so kind and generous tonight. Thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Please remember, everybody that needs your thoughts and prayers there. We got a lot of people that are ill and not doing well and going through a lot of stuff. So thank y'all for those of y'all that reach out to these people, develop friendships and communicate. I know a lot of y'all do that with each other. It means a heck of a lot. So good night. God bless. We'll catch you next Sunday on our back to scheduled live streams. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.